Hey, welcome back, guys. All right, so Pisces, we're going to do a highly specific and detailed message because I've been in the mood for those lately. And we will go with whatever we see, but I am keeping it under the context of what is somebody thinking about Pisces, or how are they feeling about the situation? What's their perspective on? So somebody who's thinking of Pisces specifically, though, we have a Nine of Cups and we have the Tower. Okay, so first off, we got somebody who possibly drinks too much. Sorry, but we got lots and lots of wine. We got like Dionysus out here having a good time, Bacchus, whatever, somebody who hosts a lot of parties, somebody who likes to party, somebody who's very social. And that has been collapsing. They perhaps either overindulged. They could have overspent. They could be having trouble paying their rent right now. They could be experiencing setbacks because they let a socializing vibe take control of their lives, and it's negatively impacting everything in their life, possibly including their situation with Pisces. Now, they could be a Pisces, a Scorpio, or a Cancer, or an Aries. They may have lived in a very nice place. They may have lived in a very luxurious location. They could have had a job that was really high power, but it seems like somehow their life has gone off the rails a bit. And if they're reflecting on this and they're understanding this, like at one point in time, this was all fun and games, but I don't know yet that they have recognized what they're losing. I mean, I think it's going to be everything, like the buck stops all of a sudden. So we have a character whose fun party lifestyle is going to cost them in a really big way, whether or not they yet know it. It might just be happening. I mean, the day that Pisces walks away from this person could be the day that they also lose their job, could be the day that they get an eviction notice, could be, where these things all seem to be interwoven, interrelated, even in their own mind. They do seem kind of bleary, and it seems like they're going to be waking up. I don't know if they did a stupid drunk dial. I'm picturing somebody who did something. Maybe they asked Pisces to marry them while they were drunk, and then the next day didn't remember it. But it could be the final straw. Now, this is them seeing the situation in this way. They know exactly why they maybe lost their Pisces, and yet, we see them still determined to perhaps course correct things. Look, more than ever, I would say that Pisces is a very important connection in their life, and they know that. That Pisces may be the swan in their life. Swans mate for life. I do feel like this person has a career path or a business path where they could be exceptionally talented. They could be really brilliant. Maybe that's why they were drinking too much, or being super social, or partying to take the edge off of their otherwise very, very intelligent mind. They may work in some kind of an industry that, they're kind of like the upper echelon, or they have a high stress career path, or they have something that they do that not all minds could accomplish. I feel like that's the other reason this is such a sacred and special connection, that Pisces is so important to them, because I don't know if this person is particularly easy to live with, or work with, or get along with. They could be somebody who's like they have extremes. If they're having fun, they're only having fun and they don't have an off button. If they are working, they only work to the exclusion of everything else. And I'm wondering if Pisces is the one person on earth that understood that about them, accepted that about them. They know that this is really, really special. And also, if their extremism, working too hard, playing too hard, costs them relationships, costs them jobs. I almost feel like this is like a brilliant person who tends to get fired a lot, not because they're not amazing, but because they're really, they could even be highly particular, my way or the highway. It has to be this way. They could be pretty like unbending in the way they're going to do things. Just like I said, nobody can turn off their off button. Nobody can be like, hey, calm it down, babe. That's enough wine for tonight. Like, they may not listen. And it may just be because they go from 0 to 300 really, really fast. Whatever this is, I feel like they work in either like a sector of like scientific research, or a sector of like doing things that have to be pretty precise, and that might work well for them. But that could be the other reason why they can get so hyper focused on just one area of life, and they eat, live, breathe, and sleep whatever that topic is. However, when it comes to Pisces, I feel like they're going to be putting all of their energy into getting Pisces back. Like that's going to become their new favorite hobby. I don't even think if other things in their life fell apart, job, housing, whatever, it doesn't even phase them. All that matters is now I need my Pisces back. My Pisces is my Two of Cups. That's what I want. So it feels like, again, they go very specifically after just one thing at a time. They're not really that terrific at I'll say like balance in their life. This person has not got a handle on balance, except they feel more balanced with Pisces in their world. We've got that Eight of Wands sideways, but even with that, the reason they feel more balanced with Pisces in their world is because I think Pisces has been expecting very little of them, has tolerated a lot of their extremes. With that Eight of Wands sideways, I don't feel like this person has ever told Pisces how important they are. I feel like that's what they'd like to say now, but in their mind, they know that this is Pisces has accepted a lot from this person. I do not think this person is easy to be in a connection with because of their tendencies toward extremes. Even if they're like a savant or they're a genius or they're brilliant, they could still be difficult. They know that Pisces is like the most meaningful connection of their life. They may dream of Pisces. They may have, oh man, I had the worst dreams ever last night, by the way. But they may dream a ton of Pisces, and then that it's almost like they may have a mind that's like a visionary. They may have a lot of great ideas that come to them through dreams. I feel like this person is very tapped into like the world around them, to the universe, but then it's almost like they don't know how to handle the amount of information that they get. But when it comes to Pisces, there is an element where they are hook, line, and sinker. They know Pisces is like the one for them. It's like they feel that Pisces was created for them because they've never come across a better, more important match. But they also haven't ever said that. This is someone who, why have you not said it? And why are you thinking so much about sending a message? This person may like to go places where there's birds, be out in nature. They could really have a specific, and this could also be highly specific, but they may always want a vacation at the same place, maybe by the ocean, maybe where there's seagulls, or, by a certain lake or something at a specific time of the year, because they could be a bird watcher. They could be like scientific minded. They like to observe certain things repetitiously, but they may do a lot of their thinking like outside. Also, weird, but this person may have a real weird love or collection of lights. Like they like flashlights, they like, different LED lights. They like, their house could have like a string of lights, or they put little lights under, their dash in their car, or they, just kind of like weird extra little components. I feel though like they like energy is maybe what I'm trying to say. They might like solar lights. They might want to, harness other energies and transform it into other things. That could be part of the way their brain works. And they know that there is a power source when they're around Pisces. We have a Ten of Cups that is in the reverse. They've never said to Pisces how important Pisces is, from what I can tell, not in a way that would really, really convey it. And I don't think that they have said it, maybe because they know darn well they're not easy to be around, and they're probably not Pisces Ten of Cups. And so they don't really want to bring that up and be like, you're so perfect for me, when they maybe know darn well Pisces makes a lot of, I'll say accommodations to be in a relationship with them. So they haven't really wanted to say, you're perfect for me, this is the best for me, because I know Pisces isn't getting what they need out of me. I don't know if this person has like not wanted to settle down, have a family. I feel like even if they're not really that present, if they, like with their tendency toward extremes, if they get really sucked into their work and they just ignore everybody for chunks of time, and then they go extreme and they like letting their hair down, and they kind of, again, it's kind of all about, they live a life that still seems to be their extremes, but then they want Pisces in it, but they know darn well Pisces isn't receiving fair and equal treatment from them. And they haven't really wanted to bring all this up because then they're going to have to address the fact that, look, they're smart enough to know, but it feels like they either haven't curtailed their own actions and behaviors, or maybe they actually don't know how to. They know that they don't know how to give to another person properly, but they're smart enough to know that they don't do that. I don't know if they either like, they could be really good with animals, but at the same time not want anything to take care of. So they may not like have wanted to get a dog. They may not have wanted to have kids, even if Pisces had really, really wanted those things, because they're like, I know that I don't know how to give. I know that I'm difficult. Let's look at Pisces. Okay, Pisces has the Ten of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. As far as Pisces is concerned, Pisces may be having laser treatment to remove a tattoo or to remove some kind of something on their skin, but it's all coinciding symbolically with them removing themselves out of this person's life, because they said, I waited enough time, enough years, enough, I've been patient enough. And honestly, especially because this person does know that they're not giving to me, and I know it too, I realize that that's them saying, I'm not going to be giving anymore, even though you deserve it. And even though I know I haven't been, they're not oblivious. They know what they haven't been giving, but they still aren't trying to turn it around and give. So Pisces seems to be done. I will say this, Pisces might be like also working on their physique lately, like doing strength training, or they could have noticed that they've recently like lost weight because of some stress that they were under with this person. They could have like a really awesome physique though as a whole, but I think Pisces has been something about their, like a physical body change is going on because of this whole experience that they have gone through. And yet at the same time, it's all like Pisces feels like they're making good choices, painful, but good. There's a sense of relief that they have come to a conclusion, and they're like, I really am done with this situation because it does not work and it's not going to work. Pisces may look good in gold jewelry in particular. Maybe once upon a time they wore silver. Maybe this person of the past always gave them silver. It's not even what their favorite is. They prefer gold. They may be wearing gold, in particular something that has like I don't know if it's a filigree or something. It could be a pretty watch or something that feels kind of ornate, or if they have a very particular style of I don't know, I keep getting like some kind of, this is like little dolphin earrings or something, little gold dolphins almost, or leaf shaped. It's hard to tell because that looks like a dolphin, that also looks like a leaf. But I definitely feel like I don't know if the number 4 is associated with Pisces, if it's a favorite number, or if it has something to do with a date or something like that, but or if it's been like 4 years or something. But we see them done at this point. Palace of Wands, Pisces is already like heart healed. So they stayed a really long time and then left this connection once they were already done. So that could be why it's like erasing a tattoo, laser treatment, to get rid of something, but it's more like a metaphor for also what went on internally in their heart. I feel like Pisces has been detaching from this for quite a while, and now their heart is actually already healed, already open. They're ready to meet somebody else. I feel like Pisces is either, they're definitely, if they were living with this person, they're already moving, and they're moving to possibly a place that could feel more like a resort. It could be really, really nice. It could be a place where, like going back to a town that they used to live in, and they feel like, oh my God, it's a breath of fresh air. Things are finally going in my way now that I've walked away from this person of my past. I feel like I have a second lease on life. I feel like I could meet somebody new. We do have these dragon sentinels. I feel like they live in like a gated community, or a place where there's like a security guard checkpoint as you drive into wherever Pisces lives. This actually feels like that, or maybe this is where Pisces is going to be working, but my impression is it's where they're going to be living. And I do feel like this is a story very specific of someone who is moved on from a previous partner, and we're seeing Pisces life right now the way it is, and it's very positive. Like there's so much more content. We have the Hanged Man. By the way, Pisces in this storyline, in Pisces energy, has come across like Pisces views themselves as the divine masculine, just based off of the images in the cards. Again, we do see somebody with a bunch of tattoos. So I definitely think that removing a tattoo, even if it was just one, maybe it had to do with this person, or it was something symbolic. It's like Pisces is freeing themselves from something. I get the idea of somebody who had script written on their like arm or on their, you know, shoulder blade or something like that, that's having it removed. It doesn't have to be somebody's name. It could be like a word that was associated with them though in the past. But it definitely feels like Pisces has some other body art. With the Hanged Man in the reverse, it's, and this is Pisces, right? Or excuse me, Hanged Man upright, not in the reverse. He's hanging upside down, but that's proper for the Hanged Man. It does feel like Pisces is in their strongest energy, and they are seeing their future lay out before them, and they're realizing that, man, this is me getting back to what I genuinely think is important. Because for too long, I've been in a connection where they didn't pay attention to what I thought was important. They didn't even want to get a dog with me. And they knew that would have been something I wanted, but they didn't want it. So I didn't get it. Now it's about me getting what I want. And I do feel like Pisces is, there's something here about like a lot of body confidence also, because Pisces keeps coming across as somebody without clothing on and very like comfortable and powerful and strong. So I feel like this is a Pisces who's pretty comfortable in their own skin. Pisces might be interested in like checking their natal birth chart to see where they're going next. Because we see them looking at the moon, I'm going to say, and I personally am much more interested in, you know, the nodes, lunar nodes, than I am like sun and rising placements, because the lunar nodes, the north and south nodes, are said to, like in our natal chart, those describe what we came in with in this world, the things we're already proficient at, the lessons we carried with us from a past life, and who we are and where our comfort zone is. That's kind of our south node. But the north node is the direction that we're supposed to be evolving into. So that's where it could be less comfortable, but it's the area of growth. It's the things that we should be maybe striving to learn and to grow into in this lifetime. So I've always thought that the north node was really interesting. So I don't know if Pisces is going to be looking into their north node placement, for like guidance about what they do next, what they grow into next, because I think that they are done with a lesson with somebody from the past, even though this person still sees Pisces as their great love, as the one person that matches with them. Again, this could have been a masculine, they could have had red hair, they could have a beard, they could have been an Aries, doesn't have to be, but very extreme individual who actually feels like Pisces. There's nobody in this world that they feel connected to like they do for Pisces, but that still didn't make them give to Pisces, and they still haven't even told Pisces how they actually feel. Pisces, meanwhile, is only focusing on their future, where they go next, and what their heart really wants. So I would say at this moment in time, Pisces is not looking back. If this person is going to get any chance with Pisces again, they're really going to have to try. They're really going to have to work on trying to connect to Pisces. By the way, if Pisces is going to get a dog, it may be like a border collie or some blend of border collie. Remember, beautiful, amazing, intelligent, high energy dogs that really need somebody with them all the time. Do not get border collies, do not get blue heelers unless you have the lifestyle that you can give them a good life and give them tons and tons and tons of activity, interaction. Amazing dogs, but so many people get them and they don't know how to take care of them. And that's a tragedy for the dog. So I'm not saying Pisces would not know what they're getting into. I'm thinking, if anything, Pisces knew exactly what they wanted. That's what they wanted. And maybe now Pisces' life is going to be more conducive to that. I just feel like Pisces is getting what they want for themselves now. And maybe, again, this is just the difference between what Pisces wants versus the partner they had been with before, who wasn't actually supportive of making sure that Pisces was happy too. So I don't know. It doesn't look like they're done trying to maybe enter into Pisces world, but in this storyline, the way it is right now, all we saw is a snapshot of time that they think Pisces is like the greatest love of their life. But I still don't see them making any change at the moment, but they likely are going to be trying again to get into Pisces life. All right. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing.